Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, construction worker electrocuted while laying blocks in St. Andrew. A construction worker was electrocuted while laying building blocks at a house along Golden Spring Road in St. Andrew on Sunday afternoon. He has been identified as Errol Brooks. Reports from the St. Andrew North Police are that sometime after 1 p.m., Brooks was on a scaffolding laying blocks when he was electrocuted. He was found unresponsive by neighbors. He was then rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Stony Hill police are investigating. Truck drivers are charged for allegedly stealing generator and a compactor in Spanish Town. The St. Catherine North Criminal Investigation Branch has charged the two truck drivers for allegedly stealing a generator and a plater compactor from a premises in Golden Acres, Spanish Town, and advertising the items for sale. Charged with a simple larceny are 34-year-old Carl Phillips of Winterspan in Spanish Town and 37-year-old Jason Hare of Bowerswood District in Bog Walk. Reports from the Spanish Town police are that about 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 1, both men allegedly entered the premises and stole a portable generator and a plater compactor with a combined value of $1 million and later displayed them for sale as their own. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Later that same day, both men were found in possession of the stolen items in Winterspan, according to the police. They were arrested and subsequently charged. Their court date is being arranged. Ecuadorian man dies on flight which landed at Kingston Norman Manley International Airport. The East Kingston Police and the Jamaica's Aviation Authority are probing the circumstances which led to the death of a passenger on a flight which landed at Norman Manley International Airport on Sunday. The deceased passenger has been identified as 51-year-old Luis Ivan Mendez Fajardo, a resident of Ecuador. It is reported that the Ecuadorian national was a passenger on a flight which departed JFK Airport in New York, destined for Bogota, Colombia. About 9:50 a.m., while on the flight, Mr. Fajardo became ill and collapsed. Efforts by a medical doctor and a nurse on the flight to revive him proved futile, and he was declared dead by the doctor. The flight was then diverted to Jamaica. Mr. Fajardo's body was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital, where it was officially pronounced dead by doctors at the hospital. The news was informed that Mr. Fajardo was a cancer patient. Dispute over Carl Samuda's replacement in St. Andrew North Central deepening. The Jamaica Labour Party is facing intensifying internal friction in the St. Andrew North Central constituency as the leadership continues to delay a decision on who is to replace a veteran member of parliament, Carl Samuda, as its standard bearer there. Former president of the party's Young Professionals Group Generation 2000, Senator Delano Seabright, who formally applied last month to represent the governing party in the constituency, seems to have captured the support of residents and the laborettes in the party's stronghold, but attorney-at-law Christian Tavares Finson, son of Senate President Tom Tavares Finson, appears to be getting the backing of some top-tier JLP members. Over the past several weeks, several delegates, workers, and residents in the constituency have indicated their support for Seabright, who has been increasingly active on the ground. The sentiments boiled over last Friday as dozens of delegates and residents took to the streets in the Lady Huggins Lane area of Grantspan, calling for a democratic selection process and expressing disappointment with comments made by JLP General Secretary Dr. Harris Chang during an interview with the news. Chang used the interview to signal that the party's executive, not delegates, would determine the next standard bearer for the seat, despite the use of delegate runoffs in several other constituencies. This kind of top-down approach is alienating the base, said one delegate, who made it clear that they are supporting Seabright. You cannot treat Kal Samuda with such disregard, ignore the people's choice and expect unity, added another delegate, as he warned that the JLP could face a major fallout if them go past Delano. They charged that Chang's position is a betrayal of party tradition and internal democracy and a deliberate attempt to bypass the clear will of the people and impose a preferred candidate from outside the constituency. Adding fuel to the fire is what residents described as months of disrespect toward the long-serving Samuda. The discontent reportedly dates back to November 2024, when Chang announced that Samuda would not be contesting the next general election. According to the protesters, the abrupt nature of the declaration by Chang and the seeming lack of recognition for Samuda's decades of service smacked of disrespect. Samuda, 83, who has represented the constituency for almost 45 years, has openly endorsed Steve Wright as his preferred successor. Samuda's wife Pauline, as well as the JLP's sitting councillors in the constituency, Susan Senior of the Norbrook Division and Lee Clark of the Whitehall Division, have also expressed support for Steve Wright's candidacy. Steve Wright, 40, is a seasoned political figure with deep ties to the constituency. He has served as vice chairman of the constituency's executive since November 2024 and is currently Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. Meanwhile, Tavares Finson has been campaigning for the seat in recent months with support from people close to the party's leader, Prime Minister Andrew Holness. But several delegates in the constituency have claimed that he was never active in the area before indicating his interest in representing the constituency and have raised a concern about what they described as the parachute candidates who are installed in constituencies based on family connections. Chang has stated that the JLP hopes to resolve all seat selections by the end of May, with at least 4 constituencies still to be signed off on. iPhone and cash allegedly offered to drop gun charge. A Portland man and his sister have been charged with bribery and the conspiracy to bribe after allegedly attempting to use cash and an iPhone 15 to buy their way out of trouble with the law. The accused are 35-year-old Kemar Henry, a waiter from Naylors Hill, Port Antonio, and the 39-year-old Anne-Marie Fuller, a schoolteacher from Stony Hill, both in Portland. According to police reports, around 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, May 3, officers conducted a search of Henry's home in Naylors Hill. During the operation, a Taurus 9mm pistol loaded with 4 rounds of ammunition was allegedly found in his possession. In a bid to avoid a prosecution, Henry allegedly offered the officers a bribe, promising them cash along with a cellular phone to let him go. The police then activated a covert operation. Shortly after, Fuller reportedly met Henry and the officers at a service station. There, she allegedly handed over $150,000 and an iPhone 15 to her brother, who in turn passed them to the officers as part of the attempted bribe. Both the siblings were arrested and jointly charged. Henry also faces additional charges under the Firearms Act. A court date is yet to be finalized. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.